Welcome everybody to my channel of uh, AG Math, the way of life. Here, AG Math, the way of life. We will be talking on the coordinate geometry, section 8, and particularly we talk about straight line. In last video, what we discussed was how to find the equation of different types of lines. Lastly, we discussed something about conversion of the general equation of lines into the standard forms like intersection, intercept form. Then we also discuss about intercept and slope form. Then we discuss about the perpendicular form. Likewise, how to convert the general equation into different set standard forms of the line. As I told you in my previous video, I will be discussing today how to find the point of intersection of two lines, right? So I will start with that. Suppose we have right point of intersection of two lines. This is the topic for today. Let a1x plus b1 by plus c1 is equal to 0 is one of the equation, right? And we have another equation a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. These are the two general equations of straight lines I have just taken. Now, to find the point of intersection of these two lines, we can assume that these lines are not parallel. Suppose these lines are in this way. One line is like this, and maybe other line goes like this. This is L1 and this is L2. Let us call this as L1 and this line as L2. So we have two lines which are not parallel and they are intersecting at a point here called P. And we assume that the coordinate of these points are alpha and beta. As x, y are already here, so I have taken as alpha beta the point of intersection. Now as alpha beta is the point of intersection, that means it is lying on the line L1 as well as onto the line L2. And we know if a point lies on a line, it will satisfy that. So we can write A1 alpha plus B1 beta plus C1 is equal to 0. Similarly, we can write A2 alpha, B2 beta and C2 is also equal to 0 by substituting the values of alpha beta in the line equation given. Now we have to find alpha beta and we can find by the method of cross multiplication because we have to solve these two equations to find alpha beta. So by cross multiplication we can find that. Cross multiplication method. What is that? We write the variables. We have to find the value for alpha and beta. So we write variable alpha here over something and then is equal to beta over and 1 over because the coefficient of the constants are 1. Right? Now to find what I'll write under alpha as per the cross multiplication, you cover the alpha part and multiply the coefficients of the remaining two elements starting from top, go down crosswise and shift here and go up. You look here. We start from here, go there, come to this side and go up. In between these two terms of multiplication, there will be always a sign of negative. So first one is b1 into 1, b1 into 1. This is b1 into b1 c2. Sorry, not 1, it is c2. b1 into c2 minus b2 into c1. That is what we have to do. Forget about this. b1 c2 minus b2 c1. Now we have stopped here. Cover beta, the middle one, and from here we start going this way, go here and go up. So c1a2 minus c2 into a1. Right? We have stopped here. Now covering c for the coefficient of 1. Covering c, we write a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Okay. I'll again explain you what I did. When we are writing these two equations, right? Multiply the coefficient of alpha with beta. So a1, b2. When you are writing for alpha, you cover alpha from b1, c2. Then subtract b2 into c1. b1, c2 minus b2, c1. When you write for beta, cover beta and look here, the coefficient of alpha multiplied to c2, we stopped at c1, no? We stopped at c1. So from c1 we start and go to a2. c1 to a2 minus c2 to a1, like this. And for the last one, simply here to here minus this. So this is what we write. Now to find what is the value of alpha, we say alpha is equal to, this will go up instead of 1 when you compare this and this. This part is equal to this and this also equal to this. So alpha is equal to b1 c2 minus b2 c1 over a1 b2 minus a2 b1. And what is beta? Beta, again we compare these two ratios, so we get the value as c1a2 minus c2a1 over a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So these are the values for the point of intersection of these two lines, alpha beta. I'll again explain you. We have taken two lines a1x b1y plus c1 equal to 0, and we are calling this line as the first line L1. Second line we have taken a2x b2y plus c2 is equal to 0, L2, which is written here. L1 is this line and L2 is this line. L1 and L2 are intersecting at the point P, alpha beta. Now alpha beta is lying on both the lines, so they will satisfy the equation. That's why we wrote, instead of x and y, in the first equation I have written alpha beta. Instead of xy in the second equation also I have written alpha beta. Now these two equations have to be solved, and the best way of solution is by cross multiplication method. So by cross multiplication what I did, alpha over something, then beta over something and 1 over something. So to write what is alpha over, you cover the part of alpha, take the coefficient of beta, the b1 into c2 minus b2 into c1, b1 c2 minus b2 into c1. Again, for writing the coefficient of beta, under beta what I'll write, I cover beta part, this part we cover, and as we ended at c1, so c1 into a2 minus c2 into a1. So that is what we wrote here, C1A2 minus C2A1. And for the last part, which we have taken this, coefficient was 1. So we have ended at A1. So we start with A1, A1 B2 minus A2 into B1. And then compare any two ratio. This ratio with the last one, then second ratio with the last one, and you get the alpha beta. So this is how we get the line point of intersection of two lines. Okay, now we will discuss about the angle between the two lines. How we will find the angle between two lines. So this was so simple to find the point of intersection when two lines are intersecting. Now suppose we have the x-axis here and the y-axis is suppose here, and we have one line like this, another line intersecting like this. We have two lines. Suppose L1 is this, L2 is this. This slope of L2 line is theta 2 and L1 line is theta 1. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, and here they are intersecting at point P, and the angle here is suppose theta. So two lines are intersecting at a point P, making an angle theta. We have to find the angle between two lines. Find the angle between two lines. That is what we are trying to find out now. And the angle between the two lines is theta. Here it is called theta. We know by geometry that in a triangle, this is the exterior angle, theta 2, and these are the interior opposite angle. So as per the exterior-interior angle theorem, exterior angle theta 2 is equal to sum of the interior angle. Sum of the interior angles, that is theta plus theta 1. That is what is the theory of the geometry. Now if I write theta 2 is equal to theta plus theta 1, alternately we can also say that theta is equal to theta 2 minus theta 1. If I just rewrite by transposing, now taking tan both sides, so we can write tan of theta is equal to tan of theta 2 minus theta 1. And by expanding the formula for the tan A minus B, as you all remember, that it is tan theta 2 minus tan theta 1 over 1 plus tan theta 2 into tan theta 1. If I call tan of theta 1 as m1, which is normally the notation for the slope of line, and similarly the tan of theta 2 as m2, and put it here, then I can say that tan of theta is equal to m2 minus m1 over 1 plus m2 into m1. That is the final shape of writing the angle between the two lines, or you can also say that theta is equal to tan inverse m2 minus m1 over 1 plus m2 m1. This also we can write, that is in the angle form. I hope it is clear. Again I will explain to you. Suppose we have two lines, and one line is L1 inclined at an angle theta 1 here, another line is L2 whose angle is theta 2, and both the lines are making an angle of theta. This is the angle which these two lines are making, and we have to find what is the value of the angle theta. As per the geometry we know, the exterior angle here, the exterior angle is equal to sum of the interior opposite angle. Sum of the interior opposite angles are here theta 1 and theta. So we write theta 2 is equal to theta plus theta 1. Alternately, we can also say theta is theta 2 minus theta 1. Now take tan on both sides. So we say tan theta is equal to tan of theta 2 minus theta 1. Expanding tan theta 2 minus theta 1, it is tan A minus tan B by 1 plus tan A tan B. Now replacing tan theta 1 as m1, normal notation for writing the slope, tan theta 2 as m2, we get tan theta is m2 minus m1 by 1 plus m2 m1, or theta is equal to tan inverse of this. For an example, suppose my theta 2 is equal to 60 degree and theta 1 is 30 degree. Then we have to find what is the angle theta. So we will find the value of tan theta 2. So tan theta 2 will be what? Tan theta 2 is tan of 60 degree, which is equal to root over 3. And tan of theta 1 is tan of 30 degree, which is 1 by root 3. Now putting these values m2 and m1, m2 and m1 in my expression of the angle here, this is the result. This result, if I put m1, m2, then what we get, theta is equal to tan inverse of m2 minus m1 is root 3 minus 1 by root 3 over 1 plus root 3 into 1 by root 3. Right? When you simplify, what happens? Tan inverse of root 3 into root 3 is 3 minus 1 is 2. So this is 2 over root 3, and here also it is root 3 cancels, so it is 2. When you simplify, you get tan inverse of 1 by root 3. What is tan inverse of 1 by root 3? I saw tan 30 is 1 by root 3. So tan inverse of 1 by root 3 will be equal to 30 degree. So this angle comes back to 30 degree. This is the value, because if it is 60, this is 30, then 60 minus 30 is 30, and we get it by this formula. So that is what we have discussed today, and I hope you will like this video. If you have liked, please click on the icon bell and subscribe in order to get the intimation of my future coming videos. And thank you very much for your valuable time.